G'day, no more. Australia's 2025 immigration shake-up. Alright, let's talk about Australia, a land known for its stunning beaches, questionable wildlife and, you guessed it, immigration policies. Now, Australia's always been pretty strict about who they let waltz in with a suitcase and a dream. But recent announcements suggest things are about to get a whole lot tighter. Starting in 2025, new rules are set to come into play that could drastically reshape who gets to stay and who's left to pack their bags. We're going to unpack these new rules, see who's going to be hit hardest, and crucially, what you can do about it. Let's get into it, shall we? Australia's immigration landscape is changing, and millions of temporary visa holders could be affected. Okay, first things first, let's dissect these new immigration rules. Now, Australia likes to pride itself on its points-based system, like a really bureaucratic game of Mad Libs. I have this many degrees, I speak these languages, I can survive a crocodile attack. The main thrust of these changes is a focus on skilled migration. Basically, if you're a neurosurgeon who can also build a house with your bare hands, you're golden. The government argues this is all about addressing labour shortages, you see. And to make sure they snag those highly sought-after professionals, they're dangling the carrot of permanent residency. Temporary visa holders, particularly those in industries the government deems low-skilled, are facing an uphill battle to stay. So, who are the unlucky souls staring down the barrel of these new immigration rules? It's a question that's on the minds of many, as the year 2025 brings a wave of changes that could upend lives and dreams. Well, it's a long list, folks, but let's start with our temporary skilled workers. These are the individuals who have been the backbone of many industries, from hospitality to agriculture and construction to healthcare. The ones who keep the country running, the nurses, the construction workers, the people who make sure the coffee keeps flowing. Without them, many essential services would come to a grinding halt. Many of these folks are currently on visas that are about to expire faster than a box of Tim Tams at a family picnic. The uncertainty of their future is causing a lot of stress and anxiety. Then we've got our international students, bless their cotton socks. These young minds come to Australia with dreams of a brighter future, investing heavily in their education. They come to Australia, pay exorbitant tuition fees, and contribute billions to the economy. Their presence enriches the cultural fabric of the nation and brings in much-needed revenue for educational institutions. Post-study work visas are getting the squeeze, which means those dreams of launching a career in Australia might go up in smoke faster than a snag on a barbecue. The tightening of these rules is a significant blow to their aspirations. And let's not forget about our backpacking buddies, the working holiday makers. These adventurous souls come to Australia to experience the culture while earning a bit of cash on the side. Shorter visa durations, stricter renewal requirements, and a crackdown on working more hours than you're supposed to. It seems the party might be over for those looking to combine work and play in the land of Oz. The new regulations are making it increasingly difficult for them to stay and enjoy their time here. Now, you might be thinking, John, why is Australia being such a tough cookie about immigration? It's a question that has puzzled many, both within the country and internationally. Don't they like having people from all over the world come and contribute to their society? After all, Australia is known for its rich cultural diversity and history of welcoming immigrants. Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The reasons behind these strict policies are complex and multifaceted. The government, of course, has their reasons, or at least their justifications. They argue that these measures are necessary for the country's stability and security. They'll tell you it's all about managing the population, protecting Aussie jobs, and ensuring that the economy remains robust and resilient, and ensuring that only the best and brightest get to call Australia home. This means prioritising skilled professionals and international students who can contribute significantly. They'll claim it's about preserving Australian values, maintaining the cultural fabric that makes the nation unique, as if those values are somehow threatened by a chef from Indonesia who brings new flavours and culinary traditions to the table, or a nurse from the Philippines who provides essential care and support in the healthcare system. But let's be honest, there's a fair bit of political manoeuvring at play here too. Politicians often use immigration as a tool to gain support and rally their base. Immigration is a hot-button issue in many countries, sparking debates and protests, and Australia is no exception. The nation finds itself at a crossroads, balancing economic needs with social values. Critics of these new policies argue that they're short-sighted, cruel, and potentially disastrous for the Australian economy. They believe that a more inclusive approach could yield better long-term results. The debate continues, with concerned business owners and empty job sites highlighting the potential downsides of such stringent measures. The future of Australia's immigration policy remains uncertain as the nation grapples with these complex issues. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. John, this is all very well and good, but I'm currently living in Australia on a temporary visa and I'm starting to sweat through my budgie smugglers. The uncertainty is driving me nuts and I don't know where to start. What can I do? First of all, breathe. Take a moment to calm yourself. Stressing out will only cloud your judgment and make things seem worse than they are. Panicking won't help anyone, except maybe the makers of stress balls. So let's focus on practical steps you can take right now. There are steps you can take to navigate this bureaucratic minefield, and we're here to guide you through it. It's not as daunting as it seems once you break it down. Step 1. Check your visa status. This is crucial. You need to know exactly where you stand, what your visa allows you to do, and when it's up for renewal. You need to know exactly where you stand, what your visa allows you to do, and when it's up for renewal. Mark these dates on your calendar and set reminders. Step 2. Explore your permanent residency pathways. Look into the different options available to you. Each pathway has its own set of requirements and benefits. If you're eligible, now is the time to get cracking. Start gathering the necessary documents and filling out the forms. The sooner you start, the better. Step 3. Consider seeking employer sponsorship. This can be a game changer. If you can secure a job offer from an Australian company willing to sponsor your visa, you'll be in a much stronger position. If you can snag a job offer from an Australian company willing to sponsor your visa, you'll be in a much stronger position. This can significantly improve your chances of staying in the country. And finally, Step 4. Consult an immigration expert. These professionals can provide invaluable advice tailored to your specific situation. They can help you understand your options and guide you through the process. So there you have it, folks. Australia's 2025 immigration shake-up in all its bureaucratic glory. It's a lot to digest, I know, but the key takeaway here is this. If you're currently in Australia or planning to move there, staying informed and proactive is crucial. These new rules might seem daunting, and believe me, they are, but don't lose hope. There are still pathways to stay in Australia, even if they're narrower and more difficult to navigate. Australia's new immigration rules for 2025 are set to reshape the migration landscape. Subscribe to our channel for more immigration updates. Comment below. Are you affected by these changes? Share your thoughts.